Good morning, my people. I am JU. It's a beautiful Thursday morning. Got my green juice. If y'all didn't know, I like to fast once a week, usually on Thursdays. Help me clear my mind. Just help me kind of reset. Get ready for the weekend. Keep my mind clear. But that's not what this video is about, man. This video is about one of the scariest places a person, man or woman, can find themselves on this planet. And that place is the revolving door of life. Earlier yesterday, I was talking with a very, very good brother of mine. He's actually a younger brother, so he's a few years younger than me, right? So I kind of see him as somebody I want to lead in the right direction. So if I ever see him kind of stepping in the wrong way, I like to give him little nudges back in the right direction, right? So he was just telling me about some girl that he's met, and just all he could really say was how bad she was, and how good she looked, and how fine she was. And I was just telling him, hopefully she can help you build an empire or something. But the conversation kept getting back to how bad she was. And, this is a place that I found myself when I was a little bit younger too, right? You only really worried about a woman's looks. And, I sent him one of those GIFs, right? GIF or GIF, I don't really know what's the correct pronunciation of it. Like those little, in the text message, the little moving pictures, right? I sent them one of those, and it was of the movie Elf, and with like Will Ferrell, I believe. He's playing the elf. He came from the North Pole. I think he's really a human, but he thought he was an elf. And, he's experiencing the world for the first time. And one of the things that he's experienced for the first time is a revolving door, right? And the GIF is like he's happy, laughing and having fun just while spinning around in a revolving door. And you just keep going and going and going and going, right? So by sending that to my younger brother, that's what I was trying to tell him. I told him that this is you right now. Like, this is you in this revolving door. Like, we've been done this. Like, haven't we already been with all the baddest chicks? We've been there and done that, right? And I don't think he really got it. Maybe he probably will see this video and understand it a little bit more. And, I'm not judging him because, like I said, this is a place that I've been before. Like, I've been exactly in that position, going through that revolving door. You continuously worried about having sex with different women, and you're always trying to get the baddest and just trying to have that new experience. And it's funny because earlier this year, back in January, we were in Colombia and we met this guy. And this guy, he had told us he's been there to that same city in Cartagena, which is known for having a lot of beautiful women and men going there to meet women. And this guy, he was older than us, probably 10, 15 years older than us. And he had told us he'd been there 10 times in the past 6 months, right? And to us, that just sounded crazy. But now looking back at it, he's in that revolving door. He's in a very expensive revolving door because he's paying for women and paying for flights and paying for stays and hotels every time he wants to go to this place. But I can tell he was in that revolving door because he didn't really want to talk about much else but what was going on out there. I asked him like about other places he traveled and told him other places I had traveled. He wasn't interested in that at all. He was like, "Yeah, I've been to those places too, but they're not as wide open as this place." So I could tell he was definitely stuck in that revolving door. And it doesn't have to be just women, by the way. A lot of people, they have a lot of different addictions. Shit, you could be the type of guy, you going to Popeyes every day, and that's a revolving door. You might smoke every day. You might drink every day. There's a lot of different things that will have us, yeah, we happy, we smiling, we going through that revolving door just like Will Ferrell in the Elf movie. But time, the world, opportunity, everything else is passing us by as we're sitting and focused on this one thing. And that's the major point I want you to get from this video, is that, if you have something that you just keep going back to and it's really really you're just chasing fulfillment out of it. You're trying to really find God in that thing. You're really trying to chase fulfillment, but there's no stopping point. There's no point where like, okay, this is enough. I've had enough. Then you probably stuck in one of those revolving doors, and maybe it's time to step back or just keep moving forward and move through it. This is easier said than done because a lot of those revolving doors are very addictive, and it's like it's fun, right? It's fun to have a bunch of different women, have a roster, or just be meeting new women all the time and having experiences with them, right? It's fun, it's pleasurable. All these things are very pleasurable. That's the thing about the revolving doors of life. They're very pleasurable, and it's easy for a guy to say, yeah, I'm gonna stay here because if I start moving forward or if I try to take a step back, then I'm gonna have to go through a little bit of pain. It's not gonna be as fun for the moment, right? And to me, it's better to just keep moving forward and to so you don't miss out on opportunity because mind you, the revolving doors, they're gonna be there. It's never gonna be a time when that door disappears. So all of these things that you can get stuck in, that you can get addicted to, don't let it control you. Don't let it hinder your success because you want to keep having that same experience over and over and over. Because at the end of the day, especially with women, right? After a while, you start to understand it's always gonna be a woman that looks better. It's always gonna be another box of Pop Pass. It's always gonna be another blunt. It's always gonna be another bottle. Like at some point, you gotta realize what these things are doing to you because most of the time it's just deteriorating you. Whether the woman is taking away your time and your money, and she might be deteriorating you physically too because you're probably not gonna be taking as good care of yourself as you could be if you always worried about trying to have sex with the next woman. And of course, we already know how drugs, alcohol, and all those things, and bad food, we already know how those things can take a hold of you and make you age faster and just take away from what your life could be. So yeah, the main thing I want you to take away from this is keep moving forward and do not get stuck in the revolving doors of life.